recording and Deb is chewing. Say hi, Deb. Hello, everyone.
Hey guys. Yes. Yeah. Well, sorry, I'm having a bagel, and we have this amazing blood orange juice in the studio, which is like the best juice that you'll probably ever.
Blood orange juice.
So you've never tried it?
Sicilian blood orange juice.
So good. You've tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's up.
I think I need to get in on that.
Yeah, you need to get in on that. Anyone watching, try this Sicilian blood orange juice, so good. And today I decided I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I mean, I know it's good straight, but I was like, I'm gonna add some orange juice to that. So that's what I've done now. Creates a bit of a different flavor, really
Double
nice.
orange juice.
Yeah, 2 different kinds. Hi guys!
Hello.
How's it going? It's nice, it's really warm in this room. It's freezing in the rest of our office. It's cold in here.
Welcome to the discussion of orange juices, everyone. And the different varieties. We're going to be telling you about the new orange juice we're going to have.
It's so good. I mean, I'm going to try it. Yeah, let's see.
Curious.
Is that good or what?
It's nice. It's like an orange juice.
But it's better than orange juice. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the next level of orange juice. Anyways.
Cool. So we say some highs then.
Hellos.
And hellos. Right,
Yeah,
I'll just do
stuff
it
my
since
face
you're
whilst you
stuffing
do
your
that.
face.
Excellent.
Right. Hello Skywarp7732. Hello Durwood985. Primetime 9069. Tilatra. Puppy Bless. Jake Kenzie. Flat Earth. Few77. Chronos Prime. I have 4. I can't say that. I'm sorry. Yafro Gatron, Laserhorn, Yields, Alvin CG, Stallion Forever Evil, Azriel 86, and I think that's all I can see from there.
Say hello to Corey Speaks, Kenneth Shaw, Frank Flores, Brandon Daly, John Mattis, Graham Thompson, Omar Davis, hello to Alex Lee Hockeymeyer, Jason Perry, Larry Hall, Alex Pixon, Paulo Nascimento, and I think those are the same people.
And from YouTube, hello Michael Atkinson, Pineapple Sticks, Tyler, Will Suarez, Elias Susan, Ohadros, Lead Pipe 5 Ace 702, Nathan Webb, hey Nathan, Damon Swingle, and Dirty Sport. Hello everyone.
Hey guys! Today, we'll be talking about the event Party Crashers.
Yes.
It looks like I have a mic, but I'm just covering my mouth. Because I'm still eating.
Alright, we'll be all talking about the event Party Crashers because Deb is still eating. We'll be showing the new characters that are gonna come in the game soon. And I guess a lot of people know that they are... who they are?
Streetwise and Cinetwin.
Yes. So yeah, they're coming soon. We're gonna do Q&A, talk about things like nerfs.
Maybe more orange juice.
More orange juice. And all the... And all the above. Don't choke on us, Deb.
Oh, it's so good.
Cool. So I guess we could start by saying that in case some people haven't heard, we did decide like yesterday to stop the white Kremzik for affecting the HQ. This was for balancing reasons, as we have explained. We thought it was too overpowerful, that it will just take away the native resistance of the HQ building to like ability strikes, and you'll be able to destroy the base quite easily because it will just take away all the 50% ability resistance that the HQ has. So we decided that we had to remove it because we couldn't balance it otherwise, and we couldn't like buff the HQ armor core to counteract that. After we did that, we said that if anyone has bought a white Kremzik or has white Kremzik, they can actually connect support, and then we'll just change them with any other boots that you might want to. So please do that. But yeah, that was we had to do it because I think there was the game was going that way, that all the alliance was just using that, and it's not fun when you can't actually defend from something. So it's a hard decision. We don't want to be nerfing things, but we felt that it was needed.
Yeah, it's only fair. Like the HQ was always like built to resist like tech abilities, and when you just like have an effect that's just gonna just destroy this resistance, it just like lost the original point of having the.
I mean, I don't think that still takes away the ability to use some bots and to do the HQ, but hopefully with the armor core in there that you can actually counteract that. But we thought that thing, the white crimson, was giving you too much of a powerful on that, and you need to go away. There will be other ways, as I discussed yesterday in Discord, that we will be adding things to protect your HQ. Oops, sorry.
What's that?
My watch start playing music. But they will be coming much later. This was kind of reactive things when we saw like a lot of alliance abusing the system. But yeah, that's all for nerfs. Don't want to discuss it anymore. I discussed like that with Discord yesterday, and of course, like if you have any questions, you can bring them up. But let's move on to the event.
Let's move on to the event. Sure. I need the device for that. Oh, it's probably not.
It's not recognized. It's
No,
new?
not yet. It's okay. I'll get there. There you go.
Keep changing device. Cool. So after
I'm
a
gonna get my charger. Look.
brief period of black screen, you'll be able to see this week's event, which is called Party Crushers. So this event is an Alliance Totalizer event. You get to play with the whole Alliance. You can win up to 3 million Energon, 30,000 Spark, and up to 60 Generation 1 crystals. So what are in these crystals? I'm curious myself. So each Generation 1 crystal has a chance to contain all the following: a gold, silver or bronze G1 power core chip, 50 4-star shards, 75 3-star shards, and 150 premium shards. So every time you prestige and you get this crystal, you have a chance to get a chip for one of the G1 cores, or you get like some 4-star shards or 3-star shards or premium shards. For a reminder, like which ones are the G1 cores, there's a lot of bots. They includes both the original release of G1 characters, which was the 8, and also the later ones. And the list is pretty big.
So the latest round we've introduced are Hotspot and Tantrum, Bludgeon, Ironhide, Brawl and Brawl, Grimlock and Wazoclaw.
Yeah. And including Wheeljacks. I'll do the Autobot side because I'll probably forget the other one. We'll do like Optimus Prime, Wheeljack, RC, Jazz, Blaster, and
I brought an extra cookie.
Hound, and all those people. All this. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm talking, so I'll just see it later. But thanks, Ted. Someone is to talk here.
Huh?
No. Cool, so yeah, the event, as you can see in the Totalizer, you can win Spark for its prestige, Energon, and the last one you just get the Generation 1 crystals, and you can do this 60 times. As always, it has like triple XP, so you can get XP, and yeah, so have fun and good luck. It's not a solo event, some people are asking, it is an Alliance event. So you play with your whole Alliance, 6 prestiges, and that's it.
Just in time for dialogue.
Just in time for dialogue. Ah. Can I go for... I'll eat my cookie now so you guys can do the dialogue.
That's fine, yeah.
Do we have a dialogue? Oh yeah, Party Crushers. No idea which one is a good one, so I guess we'll do...
I don't remember either.
Oh.
So we'll do 2 of 2, so we'll just change the round.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the second part of the dialogue.
Okay. I'm ready.
How does Cosmos?
I don't know.
I'll do him. let me see if I get this. You two are Primus-picked guardians of the Prime Cores with the power of a divided down the middle demigod.
About sums it up. I'd like to have a little more awe in there and less flippancy, but in a nutshell, yes.
Forgive my brother, Sentius Malus here, well... I see again. Forgive my brother, Sentius Malus here. He and humility have never seen optic to optic.
Okay, so here's what I don't get, Senius Magnus. Starscream's down there with 4 or more of these cores. You're supposed to be caretaking, and you're doing exactly what about it?
The moment to act is now, Cosmos.
It's not now.
The moment to act is not now, Cosmos. Trust one who knows. Do I? There exists another, still greater threat.
Rodimus Unicronus. Roddy who? Uni what? No? No? Okay.
Starscream coronation. Ceremony is beginning. Must we really endure this sorry spectacle without some measure of rage against it?
I too yearn for action, Bludgeon. But I accept that the scale of forces at play here make us currently redundant.
Well, I don't drift. Listen, you lot, you can stay up here sitting on your opposable thumbs. I'm going back down, and if I see any chance to bring this farcical array to an end, I'm taking it.
Hate to say this, but I like him.
Indeed, his courage, conviction, and sheer tenacity shame us all.
All but me. Still, his tragically doomed tilt should dispel some of the tedium of his watching and waiting.
Just hope I'm in time and haven't been missed yet.
Too late.
Ah, that was slightly painful, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah. So yeah, the story is the threat is Ultra Magnus. To resume the story, it's about him having some power cores, and at the moment the other threat is they're all on Cybertron. Attending Starscream on coronation. And he also has some prime cores with him, and like the threat is between them two at some point.
Yeah, so I thought you said Ultra Magnus, but I think it's
they both have prime cores.
Is it Rodimus Unicronus?
Ah, yeah, Rodimus Unicronus.
Yeah. We're getting lost in the story. Yeah, Rodimus Unicronus has some prime cores. He's given some other prime cores to Starscream. Starscream is becoming king. And
Cosmos was attending the ceremony, thinking he was like obeying to Starscream, but is now back to the alliance of Decepticon and Autobots, ready to fight against Starscream.
Cool.
On Cybertron.
So we'll see how the story evolves over the coming few weeks. But yeah, like I think the Prime Core saga is near completion. And
very near completion. Just read the story in the next week, and yeah.
Cool.
Dun, dun, dun.
Awesome. We can take a pause, or we can change to the bots while we take some questions, I think.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Sure.
What
questions do you guys have?
Let's see, yeah, is there...
Poppy Blood says, Deb is way into it because there could be some Broadway scouts watching the stream. Hashtag new career. You found me out, you're right. Even though I'm a horrible singer, I plan to be on Broadway within the next 3 years.
Broadway or West End?
Broadway, probably.
Oh, you're going straight to New York, okay.
Yeah, New York, New York.
Yeah, it was New York last week. It was fun.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love New York. It's really pretty.
Just for like a few days, but it was fun. Until it turned cold, like minus 15 degrees, and I was like, I'm going now.
I'm going back to sunny London. Yeah.
And the minus 4 degrees that we had here.
Fair enough. Yes, overinflated egos. True. Also, all true. All true.
There's some questions
here.
Go for it. Transformers Earthwood, it's going to be premium crystals, right? Not like the last time where it was changed to 2-star shards. I assume it will be premium crystals. I think last time we just reused the crystal that already existed, and I think Hyro didn't go and update the rewards to be the newer ones. But no, this time it should be premium crystals because we just like remade this crystal from start, so we never had that before. What other questions?
The raids one.
Which raids? Can you allow Alliance leadership to lock bases, either from an amount of time or lock and lock toggle? An interesting suggestion, but I think there will be too much management on the officers, and then if you don't have the officers around, it will be really hard to gatekeep your members that might actually want to use their attempts, and you won't know when they will be actually having the time to play. So I probably would say no. I will assume, like from your alliance, that you'll be able to coordinate outside the game or inside the game and just kind of tell like you attack this. But no, at the moment there's no plan to do something like that.
Showdare is asking, is there Showdare? That's good. Is that like Chowda but Showdare, or is it something else? Tell me. Is there a chance in the future to have a crossover with G.I. Joe like in the comics?
That would be a cool thing to do, but yeah, I don't know, like we have to get rights from Hasbro, like we only have the rights from Transformers, but who knows in the future, maybe we'll get offered them, maybe we can do something, but yeah, it would be actually pretty good if we can figure a way to actually get them, because we like Transformers are so big and G.I. Joe is so little, unless you can have them running around and getting squashed. It might be tricky, but you never know, never say never.
Never say never.
Puppy Bless was asking if raids will now be happening every week, since they seem to be working now. And yes, the plan is to be running them every week from now on. There will be some alterations to the configuration of it, so some of them might be harder, some of them might be easier. But the plan is to just keep running them, because yeah, like we didn't see any problems, so we finally managed to sort all the mess out and leave it behind us, so hopefully you'll be able to play it more in every week.
Fuse77 is asking, will there be a Bumblebee G1 core and Perceptor?
Sorry?
A Bumblebee G1 core.
No plans, I don't know, yet for new G1 bots.
Yeah, no, there's no plan at the moment for like G1 bots, but as soon as we're gonna plan some more, like we're open for ideas. If you wanna have, like, if you wanna suggest one of like the bots you really want G1 core on, we're really open to suggestions. So like send them through customer support via the game, or here, or on Discord, wherever you want to, and yeah, can make a list.
Cool. Sunstreak is asking that I mentioned that we're changing the way you can design or edit your bases. This actually should be coming not with the next release, the one after that, maybe in a month's time. I kind of took some stuff that we had from Inari the game and implemented the game, so hopefully now you will be able to store some buildings on your inventory kind of thing while you're editing the base, so you don't have to move stuff away on the corners and do that. You can just hide them in inventory and then you can just place them where you want, so it will actually speed your process of actually editing your base.
Showdare is asking about adding mini cons to the game. They could be like reusable battle boosts with a cooldown maybe.
Minicon. So if you're talking about things like Battle Masters and Micro Masters and some of those bots, you never know. It is actually something we are thinking of implementing in a way, maybe not boosts, but we probably will do something cool, but later on this year, we hope. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
A lot of people are asking about combiners.
What about combiners?
What about combiners, guys? Whether there's a new one coming.
There's always a new one combiner coming. Maybe, but yeah, I think people, as we release new characters, people will have an inclination about who are the next. We don't want to reveal them yet, but yes, there will be eventually a new combiner. And yeah, take a guess which one it will be.
I guess the question comes really because of the characters we're releasing this week. But yeah.
Yeah, it gets a bit.
Yeah, gets a bit closer to something.
Pineapple 6 wants to know which Transformer would you be?
Which Transformer will I be?
Mm.
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Or which one would you say you are? Sorry, different.
That's even more difficult. That's even more difficult.
Yes, which one best
I guess I would
represents
be
your characteristics?
Ultra Magnus. I don't know them like all too well, like the
Personality.
personalities, but
Yeah.
I think from what
Is it
I've
more
seen from
Autobot or
Ultra Magnus,
Decepticon?
Autobots, it has to be Autobot for me. I think Ultra Magnus more like fits my personality. But yeah, I don't know. Fabian, do you know?
Well, you wouldn't be a Decepticon, right? Because they don't have the best personality for human beings.
It's true. They're kind of
If you
they're
plan-
kind of dicks, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very selfish, very.
Well, I mean,
Some of
But
them
I
are
mean-
cowards.
why would
If you wanted to describe yourself,
some traits like a megalomaniac, want to take over the world, like it's
are you
not
saying
bad traits.
that's my trait?
Want to see the world burn.
Sounds like Deborah. Yeah. Who would I be? Who would I be? I mean, I need one with a bit of like a weird sense of humor. I feel like, and I don't know how funny the Autobots are. I feel like the humor usually comes
Yes.
from.
There's some funny characters in them, for sure.
Yeah, like who?
Oh, don't know, like young and funny. You could be Hot Rod. I don't know.
I could be Hot Rod. I'll take it. That sounds cool.
Or
I'll
I
be Hot
see
Rod.
if you're the female character, or do you want to badass?
Is she funny?
I don't know. I don't think she's funny really, but it's
I'm
really
pretty
story
funny,
and
guys.
so.
So, Fab, who would you be?
Streetwise, maybe? Just a matter to help you with.
Transitioning to the next part.
Yeah. So yeah, let's solve the bots actually, since time is passing by and a lot of
Let's
people are waiting.
show
We'll
the
do some more
bots.
questions in a little while.
Cool. Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right. So my bam.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it's there.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is Streetwise. Let me get my notes. Yeah, no, as for the last boss that we have done, today we're just going to show the showroom, and we're just going to talk about the design. It was inspired by the Generation storyline again, and because we really liked the way the car looked. That was a pretty sleek design of a car.
Pretty sweet.
For a police car.
Ooh.
I kind of like the original G1 design from him, but yeah, I mean,
What
Yeah.
kind of car is it? It
Who
looks like a
doesn't want-
Lamborghini.
it's not a Lamborghini. We don't have the rights for Lamborghinis, but yeah, it's something similar to a sport.
No, I don't think
not
it is
gonna
actually. I don't even think it's that actually, is it? But it does look like that.
It does.
Yeah, it does remind that, but we're not talking about that.
Okay. Forget I said anything, guys.
Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. We got like the same. We got the same color. I did a couple of like more colors to the actual like bot design to just like have a like make it look cooler with just like the red and the blue and play like on the whole like police thing. You see the dialogues that Simon Fuhrman wrote to like really play on the kind of like I'm a cop, I'm like I work in a team, and it's kind of like you see. I think it's happening next week or the week after, and it's also like quite funny. Yeah, so that was Streetwise. Is like, yeah, as some of you saw in the newsletter, we wrote that it's a protector bot, and it's the third one coming in the game after Hotspot and First Aid. Yeah, they were a team of like bots that were designed to protect humans. So yeah, that's Streetwise.
Cool. And so we saw
Yeah.
the Rex one.
Let me find it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the other one is Cinetwin.
Cinetwin.
Cinetwin. Yeah, Cinetwin is a Terrorcon, and as most of them are, is not the smartest of bots. Yeah, it's pretty easy to outsmart the Terrorcon, but they're like very, very vicious. You see, yeah, but during the story that we have is a subordinate of Starscream and is only there for the blood.
Ah, I love the colors.
Yeah, quite
I was
nice.
just thinking like I would love a pair of sneakers that color.
That bright yellow.
Yeah, with the turquoise. Dope.
Yeah, so for like other like Dinobot and Terrorcon, his main form is gonna fight in this form here. and something similar to Hunger is going to fight with his head mainly.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be able also to see the bot form because the special ability that we're not going to talk about today will be triggered while it is in his bot form. So
His transformation's pretty cool.
yeah, I like it when the
Yeah, when the
Yeah.
heads go back. Oh, sorry. Can you
Yeah.
do it again? I want to see it again.
Yeah, we
Yes.
played a few times. Two tails, two heads.
Cool.
two, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, the heads are dope.
Yeah, so here's a Terrorcon, and for him it's actually the fourth Terrorcon to join the game after Hunger, Cutthroat, and Reaper Snapper that was recently as well. Yeah, and for him as well, same thing, because we like the color and we like the form of the Dinobots. We just were inspired also by the Generation toy line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think so they're gonna be in the game in 2 weeks, right?
3 weeks?
Yeah, because next
Not
week.
the next one, the week after that,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
This is when they're gonna be in the game. We're gonna be releasing an event. We haven't announced the type of the event, but yeah, it's coming soon. So in 2 weeks' time,
2 weeks time.
you should be able to get them into game.
Nice. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of me wanting sneakers,
You want sneakers now?
I do, but you guys, we have sent off, remember these guys? Sick!
Oh yeah.
We have now sent off all of your names and addresses and shoe sizes to Puma, so hopefully you will get those shoes soon. Be patient, of course, they're shipping them all around the world, so yeah, but I am quite envious because they're dope and I want a pair.
Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, like we Debbie has tried so hard to get some. So it's like I'm doing all this stuff over Christmas. Can I get the pair? Like no, we can't.
No, I didn't
Can
get a
someone
pair.
not reply so I can get the
And then,
pair?
yeah, a couple people didn't reply, so I was like, I'll just take it. I didn't actually think I was gonna get your shoes. We're just gonna give them to someone else. There's just like an email problem or something. They weren't
Ah,
getting
so they
through.
did get it eventually?
Yeah.
Cool.
We
So
got
I counted
everybody.
it for. Yeah, some people were like staying Discord. Did you guys just skip the training? I was like,
I'm sorry, but we
I
didn't
wish.
get your reply. Meanwhile, like pan down and wearing the shoes in like a size 10 men's.
yeah, no consus. Unfortunately, there are no consus because Puma has only made those two, so don't blame us.
They're not what?
People are asking if there's no Decepticon sus.
Oh, no, not yet. I imagine at some point there might be.
Maybe they'll make a Megatron one, but as far as I know, yeah.
True.
It's
Cool,
a nice
cool,
joke there. Decepticon shoes would be a partnership with Converse. Nice one.
What?
Converse.
Ah,
Nice one.
oh, yeah, that's sick,
Saldar.
actually. Converse is dope.
Cool.
Agreed.
Cool. Should we do trivia
Yes.
before moving to questions?
I was
I think also
distracted.
Debbie's not mentioned that we probably will have to
Oh, yeah.
finish a bit earlier today because he has to go to the doctor.
I have a doctor's appointment, so I
Oh.
need to leave a little bit earlier out of here. Or rather, tear down a bit earlier, because I gotta leave like at 6.
Okay.
Trivia, yes. The lovely Nathan, as always, has supplied some trivia for us, so it's not random like last time when we made it up on the spot, which is I do enjoy doing sometimes.
Did it go well?
Adds a little bit of. It went fine.
Yeah.
It went fine.
Yeah. Were you not here?
I was here.
Oh.
I was the only one that didn't get picked to have a question. So.
Oh, sorry. So he's just salty. He's like, it didn't go well. It's like, okay, easy. Anyways, remember to include your in-game name, your alliance, and your HQ level with your answer to be able to qualify to win a prize. And by the way, the drawings that Nathan made last year, those have been sent out as well to at least 2 of you. There were 3 winners, but we've had trouble getting the address from the 3rd. So we've already gone ahead and sent out the first 2, so you should be getting those soon. Okay, cool. The question is... Question the first.
Okay.
Go for it.
So Takara has brought out a series of repaints called Golden Lagoon based on the G1 episode of the same name. But in the cartoon, who found the Golden Lagoon? I repeat the question once more. Takara did. Wait, I lost the question.
Oh no.
Takara has brought out a series of repaints called Golden Lagoon based on the G1 episode of the same name. In the cartoon, who found the Golden Lagoon?
Who found the Golden Lagoon? Don't forget to include your in-game name, your HQ level, and your alliance with your answer. Golden Lagoon. Let's see. What is the answer? Okay. Do we see any answers yet?
I see a few, yeah.
Ooh, so do I.
Seems to
Alright.
be an easy question.
Yeah, apparently. Alright.
Golden Lagoon is a good episode and a good
I will
idea
do
for
my
skins.
stats.
So nice. Oh, did you actually hit the Takara one? That's nice.
So they were toys, like gold, like.
Yeah, well, I mean, they made the edition of the toys that they
Yeah.
have the golden thing. So, but yeah, it's based on the G1 series,
Yeah.
where they just all
With the
become
lagoon.
golden when I think they went to the lagoon.
And our last winner.
Deb is doing stubbies.
Yep.
Do you have any questions doing while we are doing that?
I've got my winners.
Yeah.
Do the question first.
So someone asked like if the white Kremzik nerf is gonna work on the Rage HQ. Do you have any idea, Fabian?
Yeah, and the answer is yes. Yeah.
Is it
Yeah, yeah.
working? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The nerf is also going to apply to the raid.
So probably I guess it's the same HQ building, so there's no way to differentiate between the one that's raid and the other one. So your question is yes, that nerf will apply for the raid HQ too.
And our winners are. Oh, the answer was Beachcomber.
Beachcomber, yeah.
His accent just made me laugh. Okay. And
Don't blame my accent. No, it's like
it made me giggle. And our winners are Kickass Prime 25, also Alex Piskin, and Ty W. Congrats to you three guys. And we've got a second question.
Want to do it? Yeah, let's do it and get it over, I guess.
Eh?
The Transformers Cyberverse cartoon is on TV and it's actually quite good. Bumblebee is the main character in Cyberverse, but who is his best friend / sidekick?
Ooh.
So I repeat this: the Transformers Cyberverse cartoon is on TV and it's actually quite good. Bumblebee is the main character in Cyberverse, but who is his best friend or / sidekick?
Best friend or sidekick? And let's see. Oh, I already see some answers.
Yeah, answers are coming. Answers are coming.
Well, yeah, Rick, you got me. Do I see any? Yeah, I see some. Okay, I'm gonna start stabbing. Ah, stop here, do this. Oh my gosh. Uno.
So in the meantime, I'll get a question. Some people are asking if they can get more raid cells for the next raid event. I'm afraid probably not. I mean, we're gonna go to the numbers of this event. But the problem with the raid cells, we want to keep the engagement bits not that high, so both like free-to-play players and top alliance can actually take part. If we were to increase raid cells, it's not gonna make the event easier, because like we did now, we increased them to 700, which is 7 attempts, but we added another base. We kind of think that the level of difficulty where it is now is a good one for a medium one. We got from the stats that we saw like at least like 200 alliances were actually be able to finish it, and a lot of others actually managed to get to up to a point. The way to think of this event is not you shouldn't be able to complete it. Not all alliances will be able to complete it. It's a step progress. Like no matter, depending on how strong your alliance is, you're gonna get up to like some tiers and get the rewards up to that point. It's the same thing like in Cybertron, in the war leagues. that the lower you are, the less reward you get, the higher you go into a league, the more you can do. It's the same thing without actually spinning it out. So there's no plan to actually make it. Maybe some of the events we might actually have it a bit easier, so some of the lower alliances can progress higher, but there will be some others that will be actually much harder. So even the top alliance might not actually be able to finish unless they cooperate. So there will be actually changes, but it is how it's gonna be like that. So you're gonna have limited attempts, and I think 7 number is good because I already had some people say like I can't fit them with a while doing my war attempts and everything. And I think that from there we can just actually balance the event based on if we want to be easy, medium or hard. But it's always going to be the case that not all alliance will be able to finish because we cannot have a one that's different for like the low level alliance, one that's high level alliance. And if that was the case, again, the rewards would be changing based on that. So eventually you will still be getting the same kind of rewards based on your strength. But the more you will level up your alliance, the more strong or efficient you become, the better the rewards you'll be able to get. And maybe some of the other events will be easier, so you'll be able to get better. But it is what it is.
Yeah. We don't want to make it super grindy during the week because
during
the week it's supposed to be like a little less work play. Yeah.
It's 2 days. You have to combine it with other like wars and PvP and raids and stuff like that. So I think 7 was good enough. Like 10 I think would be a bit too much because that would be 5 attempts a day and that would be too much for a lot of free-to players. I think for now we'll keep it 7 and see if we're gonna change it. But if we were to upgrade it, we'll just change the difficulty level again.
There's another question about somebody asking about the blaster bug when spawning minions that disappear immediately. So it was something we worked on for quite a long time, and we have now a fix that we're probably going to push in the coming weeks, but that will be announced in the newsletter.
I think that also was what was holding us from releasing the Huffer and lockdown buff, because the turret was also getting killed straight away.
So it all, that's exactly the same issue. So yeah, we will bring a fix to that for Huffer and lockdown, blaster and Soundwave.
Do you want to do the winners before do more questions?
Sure. So the answer was
Windblade.
Windblade.
I think I remember that.
And I was like, what was the question? And congratulations to Alex Lee Hockemeyer and to Surmer Clark and to Red Blue is Cool. Congrats, guys.
Congrats, people.
Yes. Please allow like about 24 hours or so for your prizes to hit your accounts. Sometimes it takes a bit longer, so just be patient.
If you haven't got the reward previously, please contact our support and they will try to get it down. But if you just message me or other people, we don't have the information or we cannot actually reward you. So please contact support. They should have the list of people so they can cross-check if they have the reward or not.
Exactly.
Cool.
Cool, guys. All right, you got a few more minutes for the questions.
Some people, I'll just do a general one because I see a lot of questions around the same thing. If we're gonna get more defense buildings or other cores, and when they are coming in order to block some other types of attempts, there is a plan, as I discussed, in hopefully in 2 months' time, the latest. I don't know, probably the earliest or something. I shouldn't say the latest because that would be a promise. There is a plan to do like kind of an intermediate update to HQ 16. You won't be updating your building or your HQ building or the other buildings that you have, but we will be unlocking for all the people that are HQ 16 the ability to put cores on the shock tower, the beam laser, maybe the mines, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, we're not sure about the
maybe the mines. Also, there is a plan to maybe add a new defensive building there that will actually do something different, and maybe that will be able to save, like actually protect you from some type of attacks that you cannot actually defend at the moment. So we hope with this new set of cores we can actually switch around and see like, okay, people are doing a lot of this, maybe we'll put something that can actually help you counter that in a bit, so stay tuned, but we will be able to talk more when we have concrete details. But
there will be a few options to like rearrange your defense a little bit and play with it without going through a whole HQ
Yeah, we don't
17,
want
yeah.
with HQ17. I think it's too early. We don't want to buff every building to like increase our HP, but we do want to give you more options to defend and change the meta because we think that's been a while since we've done that. So some cool stuff should be coming your way soon, and hopefully that will be able to make your defense a bit better. Cool.
Mm-hmm. So I was answering some cues.
Okay.
So I don't think there will be a stream next week showing Streetwise ability.
No.
But there will be one in 2 weeks, and that might be just right before the event.
Yeah, they will be
then?
right before the event. I think the plan will be again, we can release this content early to our team of influencers that work with us, and they can probably prepare some videos in advance so you can actually see. And of course, we're gonna have the challenge battle out in time, and the newsletter maybe next week we'll see.
Probably describe the ability.
Describe the ability so you can have a head start. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, this one, from what I remember, but yeah, there will be next stream that you'll actually be able to see it.
Mm-hmm. More questions? Are you?
Someone is asking if we could give Silverbolt some love.
Which one?
Silverbolt and Thundercracker, it's a long stand. Like it's one or more contentions, 5 stars for sure. I don't know, we had a discussion before when Josh was still in the team. I was asking him all the time if we want to change something. He said like this board is really strong for raids, and it is really strong for raids. But I can imagine that he has like its consensus of how strong it is on the normal PvP battle. I don't know, maybe in the future we can have a look at. But it is like cheap cost and like 20 seconds of stun, which is really the best board for raids. But we can see if we want.
Yeah, my opinion is also like 20 seconds on a like really big difference in raids is like a really good advantage, and I can see how he's like very useful there. And now he has like some sort of a new meaning. I don't know if we want to really.
I have another question. When will mask raiding in Zone 13 and Zone 14 be available? This is actually some good news there. In this release, we actually did most of the work in order to do this. So this is actually mostly done. No idea yet when we're gonna turn it on because we kind of finished it quite late, so we need to do some thorough testing before we do it. But I assume in the next month or so, for sure, we will have this live. So you'll be able, like when you attack Zone 13 and Zone 14, you will be getting a pool of both Decepticon and Autobot players, which of course will be masked when you fight them, and you'll be able to actually, like, Autobot players will be getting more attacks. Of course, the Decepticon players will be getting less attacks because this is gonna be mixed, but hopefully it will be making things more fair for everyone. One of the reasons we might need to delay is like we know there is a problem with replays when it's a masked battle, that sometimes cores don't actually walk in them, so you will actually see the replay that's like with no cores affecting, so the results could be wrong, which is one of the biggest things we have with replays. So we are working to fix that. So I don't know if we're gonna release this mask thing before we fix replays, because otherwise we'll be seeing and the results will be wrong. But yeah, this will be coming soon.
Somebody was asking, when can they get the bots in the event? Maybe before we wrap, do you want to give them a quick overview of what's ahead and when they can start to get the new bots?
No, so this event is Alliance Totalizer. There's another event next week. Which, I mean, I don't know, unless we have a completed date. I don't know if Hyrule has filled that out, so I don't know. But the event after the next, that will be when you'll be able to get the bots, I think.
So the date is here, yeah?
So,
February.
Yeah. We are here, so this is gonna be a normal one, and this is when, so the one after the next will be when you'll be able to get the
February 8th.
The bots. People are asking if there's any word on keeping war scores around after the wars end for a bit. there is a story we want to do about keeping all the war history after you finish, but does require some server time, which is a bit like I mean they have to do stuff like masked alliances, so it's not really a priority, but we will get it done at some point, but it's not really high priority at the moment. We want to be doing other things like giving you masked like attacks between each other.
Cool,
I think that's. I can't see any more questions.
Will we get to vote again for the future bots?
I guess for 5-star maybe?
Stallion
Will we get to
Forgo
vote again for
asking
bots?
for the
That's
future
what
bots.
5 stars. First of all, there's no plans at the moment to do a new cycle because we have now how many different sets of 5 stars that you can win from. When that time comes, I assume we probably will allow you to vote for one, but as at the moment there is no plan to update the cycles. We want to keep it, to delay it a bit more because we've actually done quite a few good bots, and if we keep doing that, we'll be running out of good bots to put them, and you will just get crappy ones that you don't want to. So.
Plus a lot of people don't
Yeah.
have them yet and they don't want to see like more and more bots added that they don't really have like.
Cool. We are going to wrap slightly early, like I said, because I got to run to the dock. But we will be back for just in time for the release of the new bots.
Cards, so we'll show the abilities and we'll show some other cool stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, in the meantime, you can connect us, of course, on Discord and from other things. So we'll get some more questions there.
No doubt.
Cool.
Yeah, and if you are having any issues with your game or devices or that kind of thing, make sure you write into support for that.
Cool.
Cool.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks
We will
for
see you
watching,
soon.
everyone, and we'll see you soon.
More questions soon. Or answers soon.
Bye, everyone.